After back-to-back strikes on Modi government from the United Kingdom, Rahul Gandhi landed in India yesterday, and today when he set foot inside Parliament, a battery of NDA ministers demanded that Rahul Gandhi apologize for maligning India on foreign soil. The only demand that echoed in Parliament again was Rahul Gandhi maafi mango. The fireworks led to the House being adjourned. The Wayanad MP subsequently said that he was vindicated, and today's proceedings showed how his voice was being stifled by the government and Indian democracy is not functioning.
So if Indian democracy was functioning, I would be able to say my piece in Parliament. So actually what you are seeing is a test of Indian democracy. I went to Parliament this morning with the idea of putting what I have said or what I feel on the floor of the House. 4 ministers have raised allegations against me in Parliament House, and as a member of Parliament, it is my right to speak. But I'm hopeful that I will be allowed to speak tomorrow. And the whole idea is that these questions must not be on the table. And that is why this whole exercise of 4 or 5 ministers, the Prime Minister giving a speech to distract from this fundamental question, which is what is the relationship between the Prime Minister of India and Mr. Adani and his companies, and more importantly, whose money is in these shell companies.
But Rahul Gandhi refused to break his silence on his UK U-turn. Did the outrage back home lead Rahul Gandhi to do a course correction? In fact, listen in to how within 51 hours in London, Rahul Gandhi completely changed what he had initially said. Like pointed out by us yesterday, initially in his address to the Indian journalists, he had said that the West should intervene. Soon after, his hand was forced by the outrage back home, and he called it his internal issue.
People don't quite understand the scale of India and its democracy. So, how would you react if democracy suddenly disappeared in Europe? Right? You'd be shocked and you'd be like, oh my God, that's a massive blow to democracy. Well, how would you react if something, a structure 3.5 times Europe suddenly went non-democratic? Right? That's happened already. It's 3 or 4 times the size of the United States in terms of numbers. Same with regards to Europe. So the surprising thing is that the so-called defenders of democracy, which are the United States, European countries, seem to just be oblivious that a huge chunk of the democratic model has come undone, right? Which is a real problem. Well, it's our problem, right? It's an internal problem. It's an Indian problem, and the solution is going to come from inside. It's not going to come from outside. However, the scale of Indian democracy means that democracy in India is a global public good, right? It impacts way further than our boundaries. If Indian democracy collapses, in my view, democracy on the planet suffers a very serious, possibly fatal blow.
The BJP is now saying that Rahul Gandhi has made it a habit of denigrating India on foreign soil, and again questioned him about why is he sidestepping the basic issue of why he asked for the US and Europe to intervene in India's matters. All right, joining us now on the debate, and the big debate which is raging is whether Rahul Gandhi will apologize. Shazia Ilmi, spokesperson of the BJP, Kailash Adhikari, MD of Governance Now, Pankaj Sharma, political analyst, Dushant Nagar, also political analyst. Dushant जी, आज राहुल गांधी जी ने इस बात का जवाब क्यों नहीं दिया कि उन्होंने यूएस और यूरोप का इंटरवेंशन क्यों मांगा?
नहीं, देखिए, ये गलत बात है और ये भ्रामक प्रचार किया जा रहा है। तो इस प्रकार की कोई बात ही नहीं हुई तो वो क्यों कहें। और संसद में उन्होंने कहा मैं अपना पक्ष रखूंगा, संसद में बोलने दीजिए। अगर
सर भ्रामक कैसे है, उन्होंने तो साफ साफ बोला ना कि यूएस यूके रिएक्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी की
इसमें एक सेकंड आप मुद्दे की बात कीजिए, भ्रम क्या है?
अगर लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों में है,
भ्रम क्या है सर?
संविधान में है तो बोलने दीजिए।
सर भ्रम क्या है, पहले भ्रम बताइए, भ्रम क्या है?
क्या कहा है राहुल जी ने? कहा है कि भाई किस प्रकार से शेयर्स को मैनिपुलेट किया जा रहा है।
उन्होंने ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं बोला। आपको दोबारा सुना देते हैं उन्होंने एक्चुअली क्या बोला। उन्होंने बोला कि हमारे देश में डेमोक्रेसी खत्म हो गई है और यूएस यूके चुप है। इस बात पे वो आप जवाब क्यों नहीं दे रहे?
बिल्कुल खत्म हो गई है, मैं भी बोल रहा हूं।
अरे बट यूएस यूके चुप क्यों है? ये बात उन्होंने क्यों बोली?
लोकतंत्र कहां बचा है?
यूएस यूके चुप होने का क्या मतलब है?
रोकने के लिए कितनी फोर्स थी आज आपने पार्लियामेंट के बाहर देखा?
दुष्यंत नागर जी,
रैपिड एक्शन फोर्स देश के सम्मानित सांसदों के लिए लगाई गई है।
दुष्यंत नागर जी,
लोकतंत्र है ये?
दुष्यंत नागर जी,
मजाक है ये, लोकतंत्र नहीं बचा है।
दुष्यंत नागर जी, ये बताइए कि क्या यूएस और यूके को इंडिया में इंटरवीन करना चाहिए, ये राहुल जी ने बोला, हाँ या ना?
बिल्कुल नहीं बोला।
बिल्कुल नहीं बोला,
झूठ है।
चलिए सुनाते हैं,
प्रचार है,
फिर से सुनाते हैं,
प्रचार है।
चलिए सुनिए, लेट्स प्ले राहुल गांधी अगेन, व्हाट ही इनिशियली सेड, लेट्स लिसन टू हिम। Can we play what Rahul Gandhi said?
People don't quite understand the scale of India and its democracy.
Indian democracy was functioning.
Yeah. If democracy suddenly disappeared in Europe, right? You'd be shocked and you'd be like, oh my God, that's a massive blow to democracy. Well, how would you react if something, a structure 3.5 times Europe suddenly went non-democratic, right? That's happened already. It's 3 or 4 times the size of the United States in terms of numbers. Same with regards to Europe. So the surprising thing is that the so-called defenders of democracy, which are the United States, European countries, seem to just be oblivious that a huge chunk of the democratic model has come undone, right? Which is a real problem.
Well, this is...
Dushant Nagar ji, आपने सुना? The so-called defenders of democracy are oblivious to the fact that a huge chunk of democracy...
नहीं आप नहीं, इंटरवीन शब्द तो कहीं नहीं है। देखिए मैडम, हस्तक्षेप बोल रहे हैं आप बोल रहे हैं हस्तक्षेप।
अच्छा,
कहीं हस्तक्षेप शब्द का, इंटरवीन का कहीं इस्तेमाल नहीं किया।
They are oblivious का क्या मतलब है?
बताने की जरूरत नहीं है कि
being
क्या हो रहा है।
oblivious,
क्या हो रहा है?
being oblivious का उल्टा क्या है?
के लिए दिल्ली पुलिस लगाई गई।
Being oblivious का उल्टा क्या है?
रैपिड एक्शन फोर्स लगा दिया।
Being oblivious का उल्टा क्या है?
लोकतंत्र बचा है क्या?
ओके, शाजिया इल्मी, आप बार-बार हस्तक्षेप की बात कर रही हैं। उन्होंने वर्ड इंटरफियरेंस कहीं नहीं बोला, उन्होंने हस्तक्षेप नहीं बोला। शाजिया इल्मी,
जो सुनियोजित तरीके से किया जा रहा है।
देखिए, मुझे लगता है राहुल गांधी जी के साथ साथ बाकी सबकी याददाश्त भी या तो खराब हो रही है जो उनकी हिमायत कर रहे हैं। लेकिन हम सबने सुना उन्होंने क्या कहा, कैसे वो रोते हुए गिड़गिड़ाते हुए बाकायदा गए लंदन में और एक तरह से भीख मांग रहे थे, गुहार लगा रहे थे और कह रहे थे हाथ फैलाकर, देखो हमारे देश में क्या हो रहा है, देखो, चाहे वो अमेरिका में लोग बैठे हों या यूरोप में लोग बैठे हों या आप सब लोग, देखो कैसे डेमोक्रेसी छीन ली गई है, कैसे लोकतंत्र नहीं है, खत्म हो गया है। सोचो अगर तुम्हारे साथ ऐसा होगा तो आप लोग क्या सोचेंगे। और जाहिर है कंसिस्टेंसी इज नॉट हिज वर्च्यू, इंटेलिजेंस ऑफ कोर्स डेफिनेटली इज आल्सो नॉट हिज वर्च्यू, बेसिक कॉम्प्रिहेंशन आल्सो इट सीम्स इज नॉट हिज वर्च्यू, एंड बेसिक सिंपल मेमोरी is also not his virtue.
Okay,
as is very clear.
Okay, so before you respond to this, there is more news coming in. Just hold on a second. Another thing that Mr. Gandhi said, and this happened in the course of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, he said that there were several women, or rather he was speaking about Bharat Jodo Yatra, and he said that several women participated in his yatra. They came to him in a safe space and said that we have been assaulted. But they were scared of going to the police because they thought that they would not be able to get married. Now we are getting news that the Delhi police actually has issued notice to Rahul Gandhi to give details about those ladies who apparently approached him regarding sexual harassment. Let's go across to Priyank for more on this. Yes, Priyank.
Yes, Sati, this is a major development which is coming out with the kind of statement which has been given by Rahul Gandhi during his Bharat Jodo Yatra. To be very precise, there were series of, social media posts which were being tagged to the Delhi police regarding Rahul Gandhi claiming that he was in touch with several women who said that they were being sexually assaulted. Since it's a very serious matter pertaining to women's safety and security, the cognizance has been taken by the New Delhi District Police of the Delhi, and there was a list of questionnaire which has been given to Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He has not been told to personally appear and give his statement before the police, but it's a matter of fact that he has been given a list of questions so that he can apprise the investigating officer that who were these women, whether he actually met them or not, what kind of complaint has been given to him. The timeline has not been set by the Delhi police for sure, because the Delhi police are certainly considering Rahul Gandhi as a person who is coming on the behest of the complainant. That's why this matter is being dealt with sensitivity. Okay. But the manner in which a series of vague statements have been given by him, this cannot be denied that he can say that the women are not willing to come out and give their complaint. But on record, the Delhi police has given a notice with a list of questionnaire to Rahul Gandhi to give the detail about the alleged sexual assault which these complainant have told it to him, which was addressed by him in the rally at Bharat Jodo Yatra in Srinagar.
All right, just stay with me because I want to play out for our viewers what it is that Mr. Gandhi said on the conclusion of his Bharat Jodo Yatra about this very traumatic experience which two women shared with him. Listen.
दूसरी बात आपको बता देता हूं, शायद लोगों को अच्छी ना लगे। जब मैं चल रहा था, आपने देखा होगा कि बहुत सारी महिलाएं रो रही थी। आपने देखा? आपको मालूम है क्यों रो रही थी? नहीं, उसमें से बहुत सारी महिलाएं इमोशनल थी, मुझसे मिलकर रो रही थी, मगर उसमें बहुत सारी ऐसी भी महिलाएं थी जिन्होंने मुझे बोला कि उनके साथ बलात्कार हुआ है, उनको किसी ने मोलेस्ट किया है, उनके किसी रिश्तेदार ने उनको मोलेस्ट किया है। और जब मैं उनसे बोलता था, बहन मैं पुलिस को बताऊं, तो मुझे कहती थी, राहुल जी पुलिस को मत बताइए, हम चाहते हैं कि आपको ये बात मालूम हो, मगर पुलिस को मत बताइए, हमारा और भी नुकसान हो जाएगा। तो ये हमारी देश की सच्चाई है।
All right, this is going to be important because now the onus is going to be on Mr. Gandhi to at least help the police get in touch with these victims. Priyank, thanks very much for joining us. Respond to this. दुष्यंत नागर, अब एक और नोटिस गया है राहुल गांधी जी को, ये पूछा गया है उनसे कि आपने ये चीज बोल तो दी, प्रूफ किधर है?
यही तो मैं कह रहा था, देखिए, हाँ देखिए, यही तो मैं कह रहा था, लोकतंत्र नहीं है, ये विपक्ष के नेता को दबाने का प्रयास है। पहली बात तो संज्ञान लेना चाहिए था जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस को, सवाल पूछना चाहिए था जो हमारे पीसीसी प्रेसिडेंट हैं, जो हमारी प्रदेश कांग्रेस कमेटी है जम्मू कश्मीर की,
अरे संज्ञान कैसे ले ले भाई? आपने एक रैंडम सा एक एलिगेशन लगा दिया कि महिलाएं आपके पास आई। दुष्यंत जी, ये नहीं पता कि वो महिलाएं केरल में आई या उत्तर प्रदेश में आई या महाराष्ट्र में आई या मध्य प्रदेश में आई या राजस्थान में आई या छत्तीसगढ़ में आई।
किसी की भावनाओं को व्यक्त किया है।
जेएनके पुलिस संज्ञान कैसे ले लेगी? ये भी नहीं पता ये महिलाएं हैं कौन, किस प्रदेश में रहती हैं।
महिलाओं ने कहा, वो उन्होंने देश के सामने रखा, उन्होंने सारी घटना को बताया। अब वो तो एक एक व्यक्ति को तो वहां जानते नहीं है, उनको स्थानीय जिला कांग्रेस कमेटी है जो एलआईयू है, एलआईयू का काम, जेएनके के एलआईयू का काम,
एलआईयू का ये काम नहीं है।
एक नोटिस लेकर डराने का प्रयास कर रही है।
चलो, नोटिस लेकर डराने का काम कर रही है कैलाश अधिकारी। अब for somebody to reach out and say that hello, we want you to help us get in touch with the victims is also डराने की कोशिश। But come to the central issue of whether the government is now trying to browbeat Rahul Gandhi by hanging on to the apology demand. Kailash Adhikari.
Padmaja, I'd like to first state three things about what Rahul Gandhi told and why every Indian should be infuriated about how he insulted his motherland at a foreign soil. Firstly, he spoke about the fact that he raised the issue of Pegasus while speaking in Cambridge University. Now, when the matter was in the Honorable Supreme Court, and the Honorable Supreme Court mentioned that, please give your handset mobile sets to all the people who are the petitioners, Let us get tested through an agency that whether your phone had Pegasus or whether it was intercepted by someone. Mr. Gandhi and no one else, I mean, none of them, along with Mr. Gandhi, submitted their phones. What was the fear about? A. Secondly, he compared to the fact that China is a bigger manufacturing hub and that China is growing as compared to India. I mean, I believe that he is bereft of news. India is becoming the new manufacturing hub. List out all the investments that have been coming into India and that we are the fastest growing economy. Thirdly, he mentioned that when during his last leg of some yatra, he was in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and he was like, I was told by someone that there is a terrorist standing in front, and I thought I'm scared for my life. But then that terrorist did not harm me because I was there for love message. I mean, you knew that terrorist? Or the terrorist knew you, the terrorist has a soft corner for you, then please first explain that rather than, preaching about the fact that there were some women who approached Mr. Gandhi. And if that was the case, then as a true citizen, he should have first lodged their complaint in the police station that these women have been harassed. By not lodging their complaint and by speaking at a public forum about them, has he not insulted them?
भारत की सुरक्षा के लिए अपनी जान की कुर्बानी दी, उनका अपमान किया है डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर ने। डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर ने यह कहा है कि इकोनॉमी हमसे बड़ी है चाइना की, हम लड़ नहीं सकते।
ये देश का अपमान है। अभी जो देश के लिए जिन्होंने जान दी है उनके अपमान की आप बात मत ही करें तो अच्छा है। आपको मैं एक हादसा बता देती हूँ। पिछले हफ्ते एक सेकंड दुष्यंत नागर जी, as far as insulting people who've laid down their lives is concerned, let me remind you that 3 days ago in the Rajasthan Assembly, widows of soldiers who were killed in action in Pulwama, उनके बारे में राजस्थान के मंत्री ने क्या बोला? उन्होंने कहा कि उनके देवर के साथ उनके रिश्ते हैं। ये मंत्री ने बोला राजस्थान के। तो आप मार्टर्स की इंसल्ट की तो बात शुरू भी मत कीजिए, बोलना का छोड़िए, आप शुरू भी मत कीजिए। असेंबली में खड़े होकर के एक विडो के बारे में बोला कि उनके देवर के साथ रिश्ते हैं। पर चलो आप वो छोड़ दीजिए। पंकज शर्मा, अगेन आई वांट टू आस्क यू, व्हाई इज द कांग्रेस नॉट एड्रेसिंग द सेंट्रल इशू? Did Mr. Gandhi say, or does Mr. Gandhi believe that the US and the West should intervene in India's affairs? And if yes, why did he say it? Does he believe that this should happen? Nobody's answering this question.
Because Rahul Gandhi has never said that US or Europe should intervene. What he said is clear. You are showing it on your screen. He said that Europe and US just seem oblivious.
Exactly.
That means they just
are not oblivious.
Unaware.
They are not oblivious, sir. We have had. US is far from oblivious. Every day there is a briefing of the press department of the United States. There have been multiple questions which have been posed to the United States, to the UK, to the Italian Prime Minister who was here. We've had multiple leaders from across the world coming to India, and all of them have been asked of what they think of India. Nobody is oblivious to India. In fact, people are going out of their way to talk about India.
You are saying that they are not oblivious, fine. But when Rahul Gandhi said that please intervene, he never said this. So dragging anything unnecessarily and beyond a point is different. But all sensible people will admit that Rahul Gandhi has not said anything in London against the nation that requires any apology.
Okay,
Rather,
so now we are going to talk about semantics. We are going to talk about semantics.
Allegations against him must regret.
Okay, Kailash Adhikari, do you agree that this is now only wordplay? He just said, why is the West oblivious? He never said that America should come and he should attack us or sanction us or, bomb us. He just said, why are you oblivious? He was generally wondering at the cluelessness of the West.
Padmaja, first of all, I feel.
Although I have to say, Pankaj ji, as a guest, that's very rude to tell the UK while you're in the UK that you're generally clueless people and you're oblivious to what's happening in India. If that's your reading of what Mr. Gandhi said, essentially he called the Westerners clueless people.
Now you are saying that
while he was in London.
He was rude to Europeans. He was rude to
according to your interpretation.
Londoners. So,
according to your interpretation.
See, you must be remembering, you must recall this, that during emergency, George Fernandez even pleaded, even he was ready to take help of CIA and France, even money from CIA and France, and he told openly, he pleaded openly that please help us with money to fight against emergency. So he pleaded the foreign powers. Rahul Gandhi never said all these things, that please come, please help us, please intervene. Shazia Ilmi ji, I was really shocked to, I mean, she was using such word, bheek mang rahe the, gidgida rahe the. I mean,
answer, Shazia Ilmi.
Sort of,
No.
You
sir,
are the one denigrating an opposition leader.
Don't
he
twist the
went
things
from
beyond the
place
point.
to place,
What is
wherever
wrong
he could
if
go,
Rahul Gandhi wants
and
to
he
know
actually
about
said that there is
exact
death of
nature of Prime
democracy
Minister's
in our
relationship
country.
with a particular businessman?
The microphones are switched off. America and Europe are oblivious to what is happening. Now, you know very well, sir, that their mics and microphones have never been switched off except in the time of Indira Gandhi, who happens to be in the party you seem to favor and speak of.
When he was
Rahul Gandhi was
and everyone knows
lying,
that his
sir.
whole speech
He was lying
expunged.
about the country,
His
sir.
whole
He
speech
was
was
lying
expunged.
about the parliament.
No, his
He
whole
was
speech
lying
was not
about
expunged,
about
sir.
the
Mr.
democracy.
Sharma,
He
even
was
you know
lying
that
about
his
Supreme
whole
Court.
speech was not expunged. There were portions of his speech which were expunged, and the rest is a matter of public record even now. Quick comment from Kailash Adhikari. Quick comment, Kailash Adhikari.
Padmaja, firstly, who, with all due respect, who is the West to be oblivious or not to be oblivious? We are, and Dr. Jaishankar said very rightly in one of his appearances on a foreign soil, we are 20% of the world. Now the world looks up to us. I mean, who is the West or any other country to be oblivious or not oblivious of our situation? I mean, how, to the wild imagination, to the wildest stretch of any imagination, how can any Indian, forget Mr. Rahul Gandhi, that he's a leader of opposition, how can any Indian in today's time talk or think like that? I'm surprised by that.
Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. It's ultimately the people who will decide whether this was well thought out or whether it was a slip of tongue, what was the intent, what was the messaging. The people are the best judge. For the time being, thank you very much, all gentlemen. Shazia Ilmi for joining me. I'll see you next at 10 on the News Hour Agenda.